The first one I want to show you to start with is called a chest expansion. It's going to seem a little weird because we're laying on it with our backs, but it is going to work on expanding our chest. If you don't have a long foam roller like this one, you have a shorter one, you can use a yoga block or a pillow, and you're going to want to set that at the edge of your foam roller so you can relax your head and neck on it so it's not hanging off. So I've got a longer one, so obviously I'm sitting on the edge of it. But what you're going to do is you're going to lay yourself back, and like I said, making sure your head and neck is supported. So if you don't have a long foam roller, a yoga block or a pillow or some blanket, something that you can keep your head and neck level with your spine. And all you're going to do is relax your arms. The foam roller should be in the middle of your shoulder blades, and you need to let your body just become heavy and just let yourself fall into that foam roller. You're going to feel a little bit of it in your glutes and kind of your tailbone too as well. And when you work on better mobility and stability and different flexibility, you can go from having your arms just straight down to kind of expanding those chest muscles to bringing them up. Oh, this is right where I feel it. Kind of into a goalpost position. And so if you can get those arms down, or if you can have them hovered, you are going to feel that. If you've got tight shoulders, tight chest muscles, I'm feeling it right now to the point that dropping my hands down any lower to the ground is going to cause me a little bit of pain. I am very tight, and so I'm relaxing my body. I'm letting it fall into the foam roller, but I am holding my hands up because I found a point where I need to just stay and allow the foam roller to do the work that I need it to. This is a routine I want you to do at the end of your workout, so you can hold this position for 60 seconds or more. If you were to foam roll prior to your workout, I wouldn't want you to hold any of these positions longer than 30 seconds, because when you find a trigger point spot, or when you hold a stretch, you are telling your body to relax. And if you're doing this pre-workout, obviously we don't want to relax. We just want to wake our muscles up and get them primed and ready. So 30 seconds or less if it's before your workout, but I'm going with the goal in mind that this is a post-workout recovery. So I want you to hold these for 60 seconds. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to hold each stretch for 60 seconds. This is more just to show you the routine, and then you can time it out yourself. Next one is going to be an upper back roll. So I really want you to focus on that middle upper half of your back up to the shoulders and to the neck. So you're going to line this foam roller up right about here. You can bring yourself up into kind of a glute bridge, kind of a little tabletop, but I want you to cross your hands because again, that allows us to fall into the foam roller. And you can roll, get it up to that sweet spot at the top of the shoulders, and as you come to the middle of your back, kind of sit yourself up like you're crunching. And again, you don't have to have your glutes off the ground. You can totally have them come down to the ground and meet you, or you can roll. So if you're rolling, when you get halfway, you kind of crunch a little bit, or you can sit, or if you're going to continue to roll, look up to the sky and then look towards your knees. Up to the sky and look towards your knees. Next one is going to be a single side hip roll, and I know it's going to seem a little weird, but you are going to place it at the top of your thigh, right at the front of our hip. Your other leg is going to bow out, kind of like a frog leg. And so if I get myself set up here, I've got it right on top of my hip of my left, and notice how I'm kind of opening up to the right. And then this other leg, again, this foam roller is pretty long. Let me move it so you can see. See how it kind of bows out, kind of like a frog leg? I'm on the top here, and I'm going to just come down onto my forearms, and I'm barely rolling. If you can see that in the video, I'm barely going from forward and back. And I'm still kind of turning onto that left side. And again, if you find a spot, hold it, let your body fall, relax into that foam roller, and then of course, make sure you hit up the other side. Next, we're going to take that a step further, and we're going to work on our quad to the front of our thighs. So we were just currently in this area, right at the top of our hip. For our quads, you're going to be below where you just were, rolling along the middle, and you can even get onto the sides and the insides of your thigh but you're gonna stop until you get right above the knee. You can do this single leg, so you could do it kind of just how I showed you, where that one leg is kind of bowed out, and you can allow yourself to stay up on those palms, and you can roll. If you find a sweet spot, you're gonna stay. If you turn off to the side, or if you turn off to the other side, that's how you're gonna work on getting the medial and the lateral side of your quads. Of course, if you do it this way, you wanna make sure you get both legs. You can also do it both legs at the same time. It definitely helps if you have that longer foam roller too as well. But I like to come down on my forearms and just roll, kind of flex my feet down, and I roll along the middle part of my quads. And of course, if I kind of turn my legs, I can get different aspects of my quads, just like I could if I was doing it in a single leg fashion. Next up, we're gonna go back to the hips, and we're also gonna work on our piriformis, a very tight muscle that a lot of us kind of tend to forget about. So you're gonna sit on that foam roller, so my glutes are on the foam roller, and you are going to bring one leg on top of the other, and then you're going to shift and kind of lean. Oh, I can feel it already. You're gonna shift and lean to the leg that's on top. So this leg can be totally straightened out, and you can lean or you can bring it up. Bringing it up, you're just gonna feel it a little bit more. But you're gonna lean and shift kind of onto that hip. So notice my right glute kind of comes up just a little bit. You don't even have to roll for this one. I'm not kidding you. I can feel this already. That piriformis muscle, those hip muscles. So just shift right onto that hip and lean to the side of your body of the leg that's up. And then of course you want to make sure you're doing the other side, and you're using that other arm to support you. You can't really see that, but my arm back behind me is supporting me and holding me up. Oh, mama. Something so simple, so effective. Make sure you definitely don't skip over on this one, especially if you had a really heavy leg day. Next up is going to be your hamstring, so the back of our thigh. Same way with the quads, where you can do it both legs. So you're just going to prop yourself up and kind of roll. Same area as the quads too as well. So you go to the base of the glutes and then to the tip of the back of the knee. If you want to do this in a single leg fashion, you can do it kind of one of two ways. You can add more tension by crossing your leg, and that is going to really dig into that single hamstring because you're kind of placing more resistance on it. Or you can move it towards the edge of the foam roller, prop yourself up, and just roll that single hamstring without the extra added resistance. And of course, if you do it the single leg style, make sure you do the other leg. Next, right after hamstring, you're just going to keep rolling right on down to the calf. So now we go from the back of the knee, below that back of the knee, right about to the ankle. Again, propping yourself up, rolling, and then kind of pushing yourself away. Same as with the hamstring. If you want extra added tension, cross one leg over the other, or you can keep that ankle right above that knee and raise yourself up, or slide that foam roller, get to the edge, prop yourself up with a single leg, and foam roll one leg at a time. Completely up to you, and a lot of times it's going to be up to your comfort level too as well. Lastly, one of my favorites, child's pose, rolling yourself out. You're going to have your forearms on the foam roller. You can do toes together, knees apart, or toes and knees both apart, but you're going to sit back on those heels, side of your forearms on the foam roller. My thumbs are pointed up, and you're going to roll yourself away. You're going to feel that stretch in that upper back, and then kind of sit back on those heels and roll that foam roller. So you get a nice little forearm stretch too as well as you roll out those arms, but really reach, kind of get the glutes away from the heels, and then sit those heels back and kind of bring the foam roller towards you. So you go from kind of bent position, bent elbows, to strengthening out and really getting that deep child's pose to stretch out those shoulders and your upper back even more.